Hi, grade 10s. Your PAT topic for this year is digital footprint. So all of your research will be based on what a digital footprint is, what it means, what are the implications, and so on. I'm going to guide you through everything. I would just like to start off by giving you a definition of a digital footprint. So this document I am including in the data folder that I'm going to give you on the day that you come for your PAT. So inside of this document on page 4, if you would like to go there, there is a definition of digital footprint. I'm going to read that through for you quickly. Everyone who uses the internet has a digital footprint. It is wise to consider what trail of data you are leaving behind in the online world. Understanding your digital footprint may prevent you from sending a hurtful email, since the message might remain online forever. It may also guide you to be more sensitive in what you publish on social media websites. While you can often delete content from social media sites, once digital data has been shared online, there is no guarantee you will ever be able to remove it from the internet. So, just to give you another example, if you upload photos to Instagram or Facebook, you might be able to delete that from your account if you later on regret posting that photo. But someone else might have already shared it to another site or saved it onto their phones, or it might be backed up on someone else's content because they've liked your photo or something like that. So that is your digital footprint. In other words, everything that you do on the internet stays behind. It leaves a footprint. So we are going to do research on that. I'm going to go to the folder to quickly show you what you will be receiving from me, and then I'm going to start explaining to you what you need to do for phase 1. I'm just waiting for this, the document to pop up here in front of me. Okay, so I hope that that is showing now. I'm going to give you this folder called PAT Grade 10. Inside of that folder, you have a folder called Phase 1 with all the documents that you need to complete for Phase 1. I'll show you that now. You have a document called Phase 2 with the relevant documents you need for that. This one is very important. Here you have an Excel spreadsheet called an Assessment Rubric. We are going to use that constantly to show you exactly what you need to do to get your marks, so that you don't do anything that is not necessary, and so that you do everything that you need to get marks for. I'm frozen again here now, so I'm just going to give it a second to come back to life. Okay. Okay, I hope you have some visual there. This document that I just showed you on paper is called the CAT Grade 10 Revised PAT 2020 Learner Guide. So all the information on what you need to do is there, but you don't need to do that unless you start getting lost or confused, because everything that I'm going to tell you in this video is basically an easier version of what is in that document, but you do have it there in case you need it. Then I've also included 2 PowerPoint presentations here. The one is called Task Definition. I'll show you where we'll use that. And the other one is called Question Levels. Also included in this PowerPoint presentation is, the headings that you need, and also the types of sources. So later on, you'll see what I mean with that. Okay, so now I'm going to go to our phase 1 folder so that we can start with phase 1. Okay. So I'm going to swap between the assessment rubric here. Let me show you what that looks like. You can also open that while you are working so that you can see that you have everything as we go along. Waiting for the computer to respond. Sorry. Okay. So here's your assessment rubric. I'm just scrolling to the top here. Okay. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to put your name in there with the date, so you don't need to worry about that. You're just basically looking at the points here. So you remember I just told you that there's a PowerPoint called task definition. So here you have a section in your assessment rubric. The first things that you need is your task definition, okay? So here's a few things, 5 things in fact, that have to be in your task definition. Why am I doing the investigation? What will the focus of my investigation be? How will I go about doing the PAT? Who is my target audience? And what information will be presented in, or what format would it be presented in? Okay, so I'm going to stop there and take you back to the research document, which is in your phase 1 folder. So I'm not going to open the phase 1 folder for you now because that's just going to take too long, but you will see if you open your phase 1 folder, you should have a document called sources, a document called research report, and a document called questionnaire. So I'm going to open the research report now. So I really want to emphasize that you just do what I tell you. So even though this document starts with cover page, we'll get to that when we get there. I want to go to the task definition now because that's the first thing on my assessment rubric, and I want to work systematically and make sure that I am doing everything that I'm getting marks for. So here you can see are the exact same questions that you have in your assessment rubric. So if you have answered all 5 of these questions, then you know you will get all 5 of the marks. So I'm going to do it this way. Why am I doing the investigation? And then I'm going to go into the next line. I just want to activate my hide and show here because that's important. And I'm going to start by answering the questionnaire. So why am I doing the investigation? There has to be a problem. So what is the problem here? The problem is that many people don't understand that there is a digital footprint left behind with everything that you do on the internet. So that is why we are doing the investigation. We want to create awareness. Okay, so maybe something like many people don't realize that they leave a trail behind with everything they post on the internet. And then you continue to say, I'm not going to type everything out here for you. We want to do research on how far this digital footprint goes, and maybe also to create awareness and let people know how important it is to understand that you are leaving a digital footprint. So please, not in that exact words, something like that. And that's why I'm not typing it out for you so that you can do it in your own words. Okay, so that's the first part. Now the second part. What will the focus of my investigation be? Now you can say what the focus is, but I'm going to take you to the PowerPoint just to make sure that we are on the right route here. So just give me a second, slow computer. That PowerPoint presentation called Task Definition is the one I'm going to open now. Okay, so here it is. So the first thing we said was we need to say why we are doing the investigation. So that you'll see is the first slide after the heading there. Give a definition or explanation of the problem that is being addressed. So we said people don't understand what extent this trail is that they're leaving behind, and we want to create awareness. Then the next slide gives you a bit of a clue as to how to answer this next one that asks, what will the focus of my investigation be? In the red, you can just retype it exactly like that. I will be investigating, and then I'll put in brackets there for you, how to find a solution to the problem. So I'm going to go back to my Word document. Sorry for the back and forth, but it's best to do it this way. Okay. So I will focus my investigation on the effect of digital footprint and what people, how much people understand of a digital footprint maybe, and also how to create awareness and educate people on how far this digital footprint goes. Okay, so again, I'm not going to type everything in there for you. You can pause, go back in the video, listen to it again, and type your own version of what I've said. Okay, how will I go about conducting my investigation? That I definitely want you to go back to the PowerPoint, because there you're just going to copy and paste what I've given you. Quite easy. Okay, so take that tip, please. The next slide there says, how will I go about conducting my investigation? And that's the exact, everything here in red, you can copy and paste exactly. So I'm going to say, copy. Oops. Ach, kom nou. Sorry, guys. Okay, you're going to say right click, copy, paste it onto your Word document, and then the only thing that you are going to have to do is change this part in brackets in black. Okay, so what it says here is, I will gather information by setting up and gathering questionnaires from who. So in this case, I think with the digital footprint question, it would be best to ask your peers, in other words, your classmates, kids who go to school with you, to answer your questionnaire. So basically you're going to put in there, setting up and gathering questionnaires from my peers. So you can just take out that in brackets with a ... and type in there my peers. Okay, the rest you can leave exactly like that. Please just take note that you will have to change the font and the font color so that it fits in with the rest of your task definition. We will also have to remove the highlighting afterwards, but we'll get to that. Okay. Okay, the next one is the target audience. You can go and revise that in the PowerPoint too. So basically the target audience is, now at the end of this research assignment, you're going to have done all this research, gathering of information, presenting it nicely and everything. Who is it for? Who are you going to show this to? And I think in this case, it's easiest to say, again, your peers, because who are the people working on the internet most, posting things, using social media, and need to understand what digital footprint they are leaving behind? It's your classmates, it's teenagers, it's people of your same age in your community, okay? So I would say there, my target audience will be my peers and other teenagers in our community. Okay. Then with the next point here, how must I present the information? You can again go back to the PowerPoint and copy and paste exactly. You don't need to struggle. So I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint here, to the next slide. I'm skipping ahead to how must you present the information. Mine takes long, sorry. But as soon as you get to that slide, you'll see again, everything in red, you can copy and paste exactly. So there we go. All I want you to do is, I'll maybe just take that out beforehand, not this, okay? So you're not using Access and HTML. You are going to copy Word for planning and setting questionnaires, analyzing data, Excel to switch my data into table and graphs. Sorry, you have to copy and paste from the heading there. All of this you are going to copy and paste it to your Word document. Sorry, again, mine takes a while. And paste. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. You will copy and paste it. Now, when you are done answering all these questions, firstly, select the whole task definition, everything we've done there now, and just go and make sure, sorry, don't include the heading there because that's going to mess something up there. Just select from the first question. Sorry, waiting again. Okay, let me just continue here. This thing is taking a very long time. There we go. So I'm going to select from question 1 down to the last bit of that, how must I present the information. I'm going to make sure that it all has the same font type, font size, undo the bold and the italics, and remove the highlighting. Okay, so you're just going to say, no color. Okay, so make sure that by the time I get this, everything here looks the same in terms of font color, font type, font size, and everything. Okay, and then you also go, please, and delete the questions because I only want the answers. So just be careful not to delete something you're not supposed to. You are just deleting the questions in between the information that you've put in now, okay? So you've got your answers left over there. And as I said, not highlighted, not in bold, not in italics, just like that, okay? You'll see that you already have a focus question there. So I'm going to stop this video here and make a new one for the research questions and the rest of what is in phase 1.